Hey guys and gals, I got another one for you today. Today I'm on Miravanka once again, south side, platooned up with hoops. We're in our Verzillas, and of course we're gonna go 1-2-3 line. We are big dogs. This tank you don't see on the battlefield very often, and honestly, I never really had trouble fighting it unless maybe I was like a tier 6 when it first came out. But I'll be honest. A lot of the times when I see KV4 or Verzilla or anything that may potentially have good armor, and I'm in a corridor, I'm going to switch to my Prem rounds. To me, that's what they're for, getting through thick armor, and that's what this thing has. Now, if I can outflank it, I'm going to save my rounds. If I can get a nice cupola shot or side of the head, because they're just standing still, I won't use my Prem rounds. But a good player in a heavy tank using his armor is when you need to put those Prem rounds in. Alright, but that's not really what this game is about. This game kind of signifies how I've felt since taking my week off tanks, coming back, been playing COD quite a bit, and leveling up my guns there. It kind of feels like a little bit of World of Tanks where you gotta level up your tanks, whereas in COD you level up your guns, get all the attachments and everything you need to have the equipment necessary to defeat your enemies. Now, Call of Duty is a lot more fast-paced, which it sometimes is nice, other times it's aggravating. But they are two separate games. I'm not going to try to convince you that Call of Duty is like tanks, because it's really not. But since coming back, one of the things I've noticed is I just kind of have more of like a calm presence, patience to the game, and I take my time. I've had thrown down really nice games since coming back, and most of all I see consistency, whereas before when I was playing 30 games a day, I felt like I'd get into a slump, like a 2-game slump, then I'd start pressing, and that would make me slide farther, and I really would lose focus. Whereas now, knowing like the fast pace of Call of Duty kind of tempers me a little bit, so I can take my time, hit the angles I need to hit, kind of focus on the mini map where my team's going, where I need to be, and things like that. And then another thing is I hate to say that I get bored of it, because I don't know that it's that I get bored, but I do get aggravated still. There's games where I'm trying my hardest to keep the red spotted for my team that hasn't left spawn. In maybe like a game I feel like we had more heavy tanks and it was a smaller map where if our heavy tanks participated we would have won, or a game where if we have a ton of tank destroyers and they just won't leave the first ridge past cap. Even though we've won the choke, we need to move forward, press forward, they choose to just camp back and somehow we throw the game. Those games really get under my skin, and it used to irritate me. Like what I said before, those games were the ones that kind of would aggravate me, make me press, and then really affect how I play the game, and then compile. We get hit from a Shaska there. That is some dangerous stuff. So we're 6'5". Oops has got 400 hit points. The Shaska can take him. Verzilla takes the beach party. A shell zips by his head. You wonder if that was the Shaska getting reloaded and sending one over there. And I let him know, like, oops, those tanks aren't doing a damn thing up there. Your TDs aren't really making good push plays. So you need to come back, make sure we don't get capped. Not to mention the TDs had sat back in H1 for so long until the Reds started pushing the middle, and then they decided to push up. So it's not so the fact that we won the 1-2-3 line is why they're pushing. It seemed more like since we lost the 8-9-0, they decided like, hey, it's time to go, and that can be aggravating as well. All right, so getting back to it, one of the things I realize is when I have those two games piled on top of each other, they get me aggravated. Call of Duty is kind of like a release for me now. So whereas this was my only video game that I really kind of played, if I get to the negative point, which I hate being at, and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to shut this off, I'm going to go to Call of Duty, play something there, we'll end it on that, and then we'll start again tomorrow. So as Hoops tries to give cover fire for his TD with 400 hit points, I decide to watch this brick. And the Vanguard just does not commit to getting shots into the brick, and that's kind of understandable because the brick is full health with 1500 hit points. It's going to take a couple clips for the Vanguard to get that out. So it's 3v2. I let Hoops know that the brick is full health, and the brick in K2, it's pretty strange that he's there. The 45 TP thinks that he's going to be able to cap, which is a huge mistake, guys. If you don't have anything spotting, you're not going to cap their base in a heavy tank. You're going to get out spotted and you're going to die. So make sure that you don't make this play. Come back, defend your base, or push with your team. Push the side your team can at least cover you on. Like, even if the 45 TP somehow spots one of the two tanks, he's not going to be able to get cover fire because Hoops and the brick are down defending the base. So the Pantera gets spotted down here. I ping the brick to move forward. We have cap pressure going. We need to take advantage of this. It's nice that the 45 TP makes that play as far as putting cap pressure on. It forces the Reds to actually do something. So the Pantera full sends it around, bounces his first shell, hits his second shell, misses the third shot. Now he's reloading. Hoops gets another shell in, and the brick finishes him off. And TD heads north. The 45 TP is spotted, targeted, and the TD cannot see him. So Hoop decides he's going to try to take out the TD while he's busy resetting the cap. The TD shuts down, or not shuts down, but gets the reset. And he's perma-tracked there. He has no idea. Well, I'm sure he has an idea of where he's getting hit from and what's going on. He's probably just irritated that Hoops isn't putting pressure on the TD, or that the brick is still in K2 for some reason. Now Hoops recognizes that wizard is going to be able to outspot him, so he's got to try to get back into a defensible location. It's one thing to push him while he's busy, but he's not busy anymore. So Hoops needs to stay alive, because can we really trust this brick to win this game? We weren't too confident in it, and Hoops is just constantly asking me, like, what is he doing now? Is he moving? Like, what do you think is going through his head? And to me, I don't even think he can cover the base. in K2. Maybe he can. Honestly, I've never really been down that far to know. I know there's ridges, hills, and things. So Hoops comes around the corner, gets spotted, starts to back up. And now the wizard knows where he is. He's going to kind of know where the wizard is because of the angle that he got targeted as he progressed around that corner. Now he's trying to bait a shot, thinking if I can get the wizard to shoot, I might be able to spot him. And if I can spot him, at least we get some information on, what his hit points are at, what we need to do. But at this point, we win the tie, so it's important for him to stay alive. Unfortunately, the wizard does the full send. The right play hits him, takes Hoop's last point or hit point away, and now it's up to this full health brick. And he doesn't look like he has any motivation to get going. We have 4 minutes, and count the heavy tanks on each team, and we have more heavy tanks. So when it comes down to the tiebreaker, it comes down to whichever team has done the most damage. Generally, I would leave the game at this point and be like, you know what? It's in this guy's hands. Us watching isn't going to change the outcome. However, I pull a little trick out of my pocket here, and I send a message to the wizard. I say, K2, AFK, GG. Now, I'm not going to try to take credit for the win or try to play up like that's a savvy trick. Even though it can be, in this situation, the brick has a kill. So if I'm the wizard, I'm thinking, I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. This guy at least did something for his team. Whereas if it's triple zeros and somebody tells you the coordinates, it's a different story. I can't even remember if I even said K2. I don't know if I said K2. I could have. I don't know what else I would have said, to be honest. So now I'm messaging the brick, and I'm like, hey, if you don't kill the wizard, we lose. So you need to push him. You're full health. You got this. Hoping to inspire some courage out of this guy. And to be honest, if you have fun playing the game like this, that's fine with me. As long as you get me the win, I have no problem with it. And at this point, me and Hoops are kind of just like going back and forth, laughing, trying to figure out how someone would enjoy playing the game like this. To sit in the back, to wait for the battle to come to you. I just can't fathom it. And then if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure I told him that I sent a message to the wizard saying that he's AFK, so he should be pushing towards you, and you should be able to take advantage of this. He pushes up, he gets spotted, Sixth Sense, and we call this Sixth Sense syndrome. As soon as the light bulb goes off, people just slam it in full reverse. Like, dude, you're full health in a high tier heavy tank. Though the brick is not the greatest tank in the game, this is still a tank war game, and you're in it to do damage and kill other tanks. I don't know. Really, what I wanted to get off my chest is, like, since I've been back, I've really enjoyed tanks more. The patience and the battle strategies Kind of got redundant to me before, but now I just kind of slow the game down, and it comes a lot easier to me. Um, and then once it starts getting frustrating, I just can shut it off, go play Call of Duty, and just relax. Um, and then the best part about this game, cherry on top, nice game by Hoops 4000. He's just a heavy tank beast player. The cherry on top, the brick sends me a message. Are you happy? What? Am I happy? Yeah, I'm happy we won. Thank you for participating and getting me the victory. That's what makes me happy. Truly happy. Thanks, buddy. Alright, I'll quit babbling. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.